So it's Mr. McTavish, and here is our prime factors activity. So let's work out a solution. Now the bonus is you've got pseudocode. Perfect. So we'll deal with that pseudocode. So let's get into the script, and we'll just paste that pseudocode in there so that we can refer to it. And just quickly go back. And so with the prime factors, that prompts the user for a positive integer and then displays that integer's prime factors. So let's just start with the integer. And in the example, what did they give it? 140. Okay, so we'll start with 140. So initialize a counter to 2. So counter equals 2. Then we have while the counter is less than or equal to the number. So that's easy. While counter is less than or equal to the integer. So there's my comment. Now with the pseudocode, you can see that they've indented. So that means that this line is going to be within there. So if the counter divides the number evenly, so I know I'm going to need an if statement. And so we've got counter. Now to find if it divides evenly, I can use modulus, right? And check if that is equal to 0. So that will return true if it divides evenly. So if that's true, you can see here they've got display the counter. So for now, I'm just going to use the console because it's quick and easy. So there's my counter, and then divide the number by the counter to get a new number. Okay, so int is equal to int divided by counter. There we go. Otherwise, so there's my else statement. Increment the counter by 1. There we go. So let's try that. So if we run this, we get 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, which seems a little bit off. Let's just check that. Yeah, I should be getting 5 and 7 in there. So something is wrong here. If the counter divides the number evenly. Oh, okay. I just looked at the word even. That's my mistake. So if the counter divides the number, so I need to take the number and divide it by the counter. So there we go. And here's the key thing. Number 1, I'm using a default value that was used in the example. And that way I know if I'm right or wrong. And I was wrong, so I need to figure out my logic, and I needed to reread it. And there it is. So let's try that. 2, 2, 5, and 7. That is correct. All right, so that is good. Let's just try something else. So 12, for example, that should be divisible by 2, by 3, and by 2. 2, 2, and 3. There we go. 13. So it's only divisible by 13 because it's a prime number. So prime factors. I should get 2 and 7. Perfect. And if I go 1,568, I'd have to multiply those up and check it. But there we go. So obviously, I want to get the number from the user. So now that I've got my logic, I can now go into here and prime factors. So there's that. There's that in my style. I'm going to go font size to M. So all my different things I can quickly put in there. Enter an integer to find that. So there's my input. ID equals int. And type is a number. Oops, I'm kind of messing around here. And by putting this in a paragraph, I can force the button to be on the next paragraph. One click equals, I'll just call it factor. And I'm going to need that, so I'll copy that. Okay, so that is that. Let's just do a quick check. Does it look good? There's the thing and an index. I forgot. I'm going to need my output. There's my output. There we go. So now in my script, whoops. Now in my script, I can take all of this and create a function called factor. Delete that, go down at the bottom, add a new one, and just auto format so it's easy to see where everything belongs. And instead of some random number, document get element by ID, there we go, bracket output, and get the value. I'm not doing any checking to make sure they enter a number or anything, but I could enter an integer 140, and I just realized I need to change this into a parse int, and here's the trick. What you want to do is we're going to build our output. Output plus equals whatever the counter is, plus, there we go. And then at the end of our loop, that is where we can take what we've built up, that output, we'll set the inner to be my output. If I run this and put 140 and factor, I should get that, and I'm not getting it. What's going on? So first off, double check, did I delete anything? So there's on click. Secondly, let's just check that. Okay, so I'm in the function, that's running. So I'm in the while loop. What's the counter? Let's just see what we get. 140 factor, there's my alert. So it is never getting that. So let's see what we're getting for that. Oh, I'm trying to get the output. That's my problem. So I want the d of int. So that's where I'm running into all my problems. And that part of the thing is how do you troubleshoot and how do you break it down? And it's being methodical. So there it is. I'm in the while. Boom, 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 boom. And you can see it's going through. Now you notice my output's different because if you think about it, so in my while, so basically I've got 140 and my counter starts at 2. So the first time it goes through, that's great. So now my counter 140 divided by 2 is going to be 70. So now it's checking and that's even. So it's going to do that. Now 70 divided by 2 is 35. So it's going to output 2 again because I haven't changed 2 at this point. But now my if statement, it's going to run the else. So now I'm going to get 3. And so that's why I get that third 2 and the 3 there, because it's working through the logic. Doesn't impact the program at all, but that's why that's happening. So I can just comment out all my alerts, all my console logs, add my comment up here, add my comment before that to explain what the program is, and I'm done.